welcome to the stream. Kukaseb. So today is my birthday, and I thought, why not do a large stream? Probably stream for at minimum 7 hours, maybe up to to midnight tonight, depending on how things go. But I thought, it's time for us, I think, to continue on with the grand campaign. It's been converted from CK3 into E4. And who are we going to play? Well, I think first things first, that we kind of need to get, just so I can kind of show some of the changes I've made between the CK3 and EU4 segments. Most of it has just been fixing up border gore. So, there's some, exclaves in Hispania. I've kind of fixed those up. Same with Britain. There's a lot in the Middle East over here. I've been trying to fix most of those. I did unite Persia and the Persian Empire into one bigger tag, just because I thought that'd make a little bit more sense. And the biggest change has to be to India. Because India, it had, I think, because there's a mechanic in EU4 called, I don't even remember what it's called. Just like how big your empire is, it adds up to some points. In administration capacity. In the beginning of the game, in 1444, you start off, I think, with a baseline of 600. India started off with, 3,000, and they were taking massive penalties. So I've been forced to release a handful of countries. We got the Bengal Empire, Orissa, and Madurai. These are all currently vassals of India. And I've also had to cheat my way into doubling India's starting admin capacity to 1,200. So they're not going to immediately collapse. I doubt they'll be able to actually hold their empire. These three countries are rather strong. So the alliance between all of India's vassals should probably be enough for them to overthrow the Indian government, but we'll see. But I was thinking, who's going to be the first country we're going to be playing in EU4? I think playing as the Byzantine Empire, trying to reclaim and fix up the old empire that I destroyed by taking over Constantinople as the Persian Empire in CK3, which really, I think, started the downfall of the Byzantines. I think it's time we try to rectify that at least a little bit. So we're going to be playing as the Byzantine Empire today. We're probably going for this segment of stream probably about 2 hours-ish. But yeah, the Byzantine Empire is just in a very, very, very weird state. So, what we should note before we get started as well is how CK3 to the EU4 converter treats core territories of empires. So, this is all, in CK3, all of this was basically de jure territory of the Byzantine Empire. But it doesn't start off as core territory. It starts off as permanent claims. You can also see territories where I fixed the borders, and also I didn't fix all of them, but that, it is what it is. I tried my best. But basically, anything here is a permanent claim of ours, and this is the de jure territory of the Byzantine Empire. We can see the same thing happening over here in Britannia. See this thing over here in Hispania. France has some. Basically, if they have any de jure territory that they didn't own in CK3, it becomes a permanent claim. So that's really what we're going to be relying on here to unite the Byzantine Empire. Our capital is over here in Tarblus, over in Syria. You think it would be maybe in Bulgaria, where most of our territory actually is, but apparently not. So we should, if I remember correctly, yeah, we do have the Byzantine ideas. Triumph of the Balkans, Asia Minor Coast. We get some prestige and stuff off this. Triumph of Anatolia. It's kind of funny because these actually make perfect sense given the situation. Normally these exist because Byzantine Empire in standard EU4 is just like Constantinople and a little bit of Greece. So reconquering all the world territory, it still actually makes sense for us to do it this way. We don't own Constantinople though. You do love us. You're actually very friendly towards us. So I mean, that's nice. But friendly doesn't mean I'm not going to murder you. You're allied to Thessalonica. Thessalonica is allied to two people, and they've got, you're actually in a personal union under them. So I think it makes sense for us to try to attack the weakest members of the old Byzantine Empire first. We've got Serbia, we've got, Africa owns Albania for some reason, so maybe we want to try to attack them. They have 10,000 troops, but I'm imagining their capital... Yeah, it's down here in Africa, so most of our army is probably down here to some extent. Let's also make sure we're not bankrupt. We're making $3 a day, or $3 a month. We are at 22 and 35. We actually have a pretty decent force to make given the size of our country. I definitely wouldn't mind building up some more units as well. But I think we need to at least get some allies. Who would want to ally with the Byzantine Empire? I mean, we could ally with... We don't like them. Oh, no, we do like them. Fantastic. Like, we could ally with people in the Byzantine Empire and try to kind of utilize them for the time being. So, you know, let's get an alliance with you. Which basically also gives us an IKEA over here as well. I don't think I've seen any of EU4. I don't play EU4 very often. So, that'd probably be a good reason for it. And we can't declare wars until December 11th. You gotta wait one in-game month. Do I have any transports? We do, okay. I'm gonna bring my entire army up to Bulgaria. It's like, I would change... Actually, what I'm going to do is I don't think it's cheating. We're going to cheat the 221 admin points just so I can move my capital to an area that makes a little bit more sense than being in Syria. If I knew that this is where the capital was before I started the segment, I would have changed it. So, you know, let's just say Sofia. Let's just make that the capital of the Byzantine Empire for right now. Capital. Why do we not lose admin points? Okay, apparently we got points because the admin empire doesn't exist. Okay, then I'm just going to go admin negative 225 because apparently it didn't actually, Very strange. I thought it said it was going to take 200 points. Anyways, we apparently got 50 admin, diplo, and military power just because the Ottoman Empire no longer exists. And, you know, I'll take it. But we also do need to rival a handful of countries. Who do we need to rival? Well, right now we're rivaling Ruthenia, Jazaria, which is basically, guy over here, and I mean, Africa makes sense. They do have some territory that we do want. Thank you, King of Monaco. Let's go with Africa here because I do want to take over their territory, and I think they would be. They're allied with Greece, who's allied to Thessalonica. Will Thessalonica defend us? I would like to think so, but I guess I don't really have any mercenary companies unavailable. Mercenary companies available. That's all fine. We have low crown land. We have crown land of 29.997. I'm pretty sure you need 30% not to have penalties. So, excellent. Thessalonica. You know what? We'll have a royal marriage. And who else do we want to ally ourselves? You're our rival, so you're not going to be our friends. Serbia, you know what? We'll get an alliance with you as well. Just two little alliances with people that we're eventually going to want to end up killing. But we have time. We have time before we have to kill them. Let's try to unify all this old territory first. And we do have some cores on Nicaea. Who, again, is our allies' vassal state, so we can't really just attack them right away. Aquitaine has a succession. I mean, how much money are we making? We're making 5.45 per month. Give me an extra... Oh, you're actually level 2 guy. I'll take the level 1. You're a missionary strength, dude. Fort defense? I mean, how many... What's our king actually looking like? Emperor. He's a 344. We have 565 air. Absolutely fantastic. And he's got a great claim to the throne. I'm completely okay with those numbers. I think those are very, very, very acceptable numbers for us. Apparently our transports only... We have 2 transports in our entire navy. It's still fine. It's still fine. Got the Persian Empire here. You can see they got a lot of de jure claims. India's also got a bunch of weird claims just because that's how we kind of do it. Yeah, we can also take a quick look at some other map modes here as well. We can see the religious map mode. We got Nestorian over here in Britain. Got Coptic in southern France and in Denmark. Most of the world is Catholic. Got decent amount of Orthodox. You've got some Adamites. I don't even know what Adamite is. But apparently it's over here. I don't even remember that existing in CK3. But aside from that, we got a decent amount of Sunni. We got a little bit of Shiite. Or Shia. And we got Italy over here. Italy is a vassal of Sicily. I'm not really too sure why they just started off as a vassal. Also, I should be using my diplomats. So, you know, let's go with... I mean, is there anyone who would actually vassalize? Offer alliance. You're actually already a personal union underneath... Oh, who are you on a personal union? You're a personal union under this guy. Okay. And I'm assuming you won't take vassalization because you have vassals of your own. Yes. What about Georgia is not ever going to be our friend? You're close, though. We could maybe get you to, That vassalization. We do need a military alliance. To get the military alliance. And we will boost our relationship with you, because we can maybe get our own little vassal state. I'm completely okay with that. Give me the royal marriage. And just improve relations. We should, I think, be able to get our way up to 190. I think this should cap, I think, at 100, right? For improved relations. Apparently, we're already at plus 17. But that's completely okay. Now that our army is completely connected up here. Probably split his army in half. I think we want to go and kill... We'll get at least one commander. 1-3 is not bad. We want to, I think, go and try to take over all of Albania. I think it just makes sense for us. I mean, Africa is over here in Africa, obviously. That's where their capital is. We do lose 25 diplo points, but you know what? Naval Doctrine. Fleet and being, naval mod... Ally, ship, trade power. Let's go trade power for sure. Cost me a little bit of money, but that's okay. And my entire navy is transport. Got some galleys over here, so, you know, bring them over. And we have 2 ships that are already... Are you protecting trade? Protect trade in Constantinople, please and thank you. I did have to spend about 10 days letting the AI do things while I was kind of fixing the borders. So that's probably why if anything's a little bit different than what you'd expect the default to be, that would be why. Rank army maintenance back up. Fleet maintenance is... yeah. Honestly, declare war on you. Hellas would join, but you would not. We don't owe you enough favors. How many troops does Hellas have? They have 7,000 men. That's also kind of pathetic. I think we can actually make some really early game aggressive moves into the Mediterranean territory here, into Hellas and into Albania. You know what? Let's combine all of you. Let's blockade the Greek navy, because I'm assuming you guys are Greek. Actually, am I also Greek? I don't actually know what the cultures here are. Yeah, we got a lot of Greek, we got a lot of Anatolian, we got one province that's Turkish. Yeah, but it's mostly all Greece over here. Let's move our troops onto the front lines. We can't afford a second general, right? Oh, we can actually have 3. We can actually have 3. Base rank, feudalism, and government rank. I'm assuming it's because we're technically considered an empire, right? And honestly, I will take an extra leader. A 3-2? A 3-2-1-1. Again, I will absolutely take that. No questions asked. Right now, we're on 3-3-3. Pretty obvious. I have said it as well that institutions are no longer bounded by certain criteria that are in the vanilla game. The Renaissance, usually, you have to be in Italy for that to fire. In base EU4. But here, I don't believe being in Italy... Yeah, being in Italy doesn't matter. You don't need to be in Italy for the Renaissance to fire. It's entirely possible for the Renaissance to fire over in India. Or in Africa. In my test run of this, which I just let I just went on observe mode and let it play out. The Renaissance actually fired in China. And which actually allowed Asia to develop much faster than Europe did for a little bit. So yeah, I think this could be very, very interesting. Yeah, we'll declare war. Yeah, your ally Thessalonica, which I don't want to do. I mean, 17,000, 13,000 on their side, 5,000. And that's including all their troops that are in, you know, in Africa. In terms of aggressive expansion. Yeah, because they're not technically cores. But I still think it's okay. 4 troops in. 7,000 Greek forces are moving their way up north. My navy was not funded at all, so we immediately lose most of our navy. Excellent. Really negative 64, huh? Can I actually get our way down here? Because of Athens. Okay, technically we will be the aggressor here, but 20,000 against 5,000. We should still win this. Famine in Bavaria. Okay, 4.4 war score. I will take it. And they've been shadow retreated far away from us. Okay, 4 government rules. Lose 1 stability or reform progress. We'll definitely take the reform progress. I don't have negative stability this early on. And we have currently 11,000 manpower. We could train up more troops if we need to in the future, but right now I think we'll be more than okay. We're actually coming back up? Are you going to come in for another fight? That seems like a mistake on your part. Wait until they're locked in. Leave a small token garrison here defending. Or just maintaining the siege. We're gonna go fight these guys again. You see these guys are like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do that. The Greek army's basically dead. Admin leaves the court. Nobility say loses 10 loyalty. And on Crete, there's fog of war. But there's a 33% chance of that. I mean, Crete is hostile, because Crete is actually a vassal of Greece. Our admin guy. You know what? Get rid of him. We don't need information over Crete. It really doesn't affect us too much. I can't imagine it being a thing we need to worry about. The local goods produced in it. We can, yeah, Diplotech. Go to Diplotech 4. These are okay. We've actually stack wiped them. Absolutely fantastic. So let's move you here. You are our siege general, so you're exactly the one we want over here. We might as well start a siege on Athens as well. I'm not too sure how much... Oh, there's actually a fort over here in a Corfu as well. I mean, if we were to take all of this land... It's 45 aggressive expansion with 268 countries. Not enough for anybody to get a coalition against us. A little bit of unrest in this territory. We can also go for the next level of admin tech, which I think we'll definitely take. Seem really cheap. Why are they only worth 273 power? Increase over time. Innovation. Why is there a negative 53.7% modifier for this? I don't really know, and you know what? To be honest, I'm not really going to complain either. I don't know if 6,000 will be enough to actually even siege this down. Not. Okay, let's pull our forces back then. Yeah, like, why is it so cheap? Is it cheap? Is that cheap for everyone? I mean, they're already on level 4. You're already on 4-4. So I'm assuming, yeah. It's pretty cheap for everyone right now. I guess that's fine. I don't know why it's such a... Like, how much does this cost now? 1,000. Okay, so it just seems like the first level of tech is very cheap. I'm assuming that might be something that... I'm assuming it has to do with the converter, because, like, what else could it really be? 21% on you. That's a lot of common military access. Who are you at war with? You're at war with the Egyptian. Wait, why are you at war with Egypt? You're at war with Naxos in Egypt. I'm assuming you probably have claims there. You know what? Sure. You're my ally for right now. I want to at least be friends for the time being with you. Any more wars? We're at actually 2%. I'm assuming because we don't own... I mean, actually, this is actually the province we're fighting over. But we need to kind of take the fort first. I don't even think we're able to march into that province, right? Oh, we can. I mean, this will probably get converted back to Hellas. But, I mean, it's not a huge deal. We're now at positive percentages here. Love to see it. Who are you? You are part of this guy. He's currently allied to Jazaria. And Jazaria, I will say, is a little bit scary. And immediately go up to military tech 4. Yeah, and then the next level of tech seems to be at the regular price. Well, they're actually going to invade over here with 1,000 men. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care about that. Won our siege in Albania. Currently at 4%, again, probably because we don't own the war gold here. But we will soon, we will soon. And this allows us then to next march on Greece. I mean, I do want to own Greece. Why is it showing Tuscany's fort here? Yeah, we're not at war with Tuscany, so I'm not too sure why it's showing us their fort. Again, taking all this land, it's worth 45%. It's actually substantially more than I would have thought. Why does it cost so much admin points? Oh, make it 128 to make it all cores. Okay, fair enough. I understand now. onto Athens. Apparently Naxos actually took over some territory in Thessalonica. Greece is trying their best to maybe get something to happen here, but it's not going to work out well for them. By military points. Negative 64. I guess we could blockade you. Problem is that our navy basically sucks. Yeah, our navy is horrible. 2 ships there. We could try to maybe build up a better navy. What's our navy force limit? 17 to 21. The thing with that is, like, I would much rather build freaking trade ships than, like, galleys. If we had to fight them at all. They're occupying some territory. Might as well send this guy up north then. Deal with them. And, like, who do they think they are, really? Like, come on now. Got Croatia up here. Their ally was Ruthenia, which is a little bit scary. And, of course, we also have Jerusalem up here. They're allied to Arabia and Serbia. I mean, Ruthenia has 22,000 men. 30,000, their manpower. The Cossacks. Or the Burghers over the Cossacks. And I'm actually curious. Who are the great powers in this world? Number 1 is India. Number 2 is Ming. Okay, the Ethiopia rivaling us. Number 3 is France. Number 4 is Persia. Poland, Hispania, Abyssinia, Ruthenia, Byzantine. We're actually not even a great power right now. Abyssinia is a greater power than we are, which is a little sad. Yeah, the Islamic world did not have a great EU3. They did not have a great TK3 segment. It went pretty poorly for them. And this might actually end up being a stat. No, they're retreating up north. Oh, they actually took over my territory here. I forgot I had land. Are you my vassal? No, you're ally with me. I mean, I'm okay. So we're at 4-4 with you at the moment. Building 42% here. Do I want to come over here and fight them? They do have 5,000 stacks. So I'm going to just go back to this province here and just kind of hold out for the time being. Australia's only at 13% though. Oh, you know why? It's because they're occupying all of my territory overseas. You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. By the way, how much, how many favors do we have with you? We have 9 favors. I wouldn't mind calling Thessalonica into this war. Maintain our diplomat there. You're at 197. Actually, we could. You won't vassalize yet. Because you are too... You're a little too economically powerful. It might be because we've occupied some territory. Or some of our territory has been occupied. I think once we get up to 10 favors, I wouldn't mind calling them to arms. Or exhaustion, Thessalonica, manpower. I mean, I guess they were at war with Naxos. Yeah, I'm not really too sure why they were at war. They did claim. But I think that war is now ended. Egypt actually somewhat friendly with us. And we can call Serbia into the war. I don't think I want to call Serbia in, though. Right? Like, what does Serbia do? They have 8,000 men, which is not that good. And are allied to Jerusalem. I would much rather call this guy in. Yeah, give me the advent points. We need to core a bunch of territory soon anyways. Now you won't do it because the war started too long ago. Well, thanks for nothing. We might as well come back in here. Can I at least have military access? Dynastic, covert. Oh yeah, access options. Okay, give me military access, give me military access. But I'm assuming because there's a Greek fleet around here, we actually can't just walk through. Oh, they've actually pushed my... You are actually the most annoying assholes on Earth. Let me just take... There we go. Let me take Greece from you. I'm assuming you won't... We have to say 40% against you. I mean, we could take one province. What's the cheapest in terms of war score? Arta? I mean, I would like to siege more provinces. If we can get Greece out of the war, that would really weaken their naval aspects here. Okay, let's send you back up north. You can see that Crete's now showing up. You actually don't... Where's your military leader? Yeah, sign our leader back in here. You have taken out a loan. Going with Jerizia. You know, they're just slowly expanding their way around the world. They're doing their own thing. Okay, let's occupy all of Greece. Well, at least most of Greece. We're actually gonna lose this battle. Yeah, they really... The problem with our country being so, you know, spread out like this, or for lack of a better word, is that it does create some awkward situation. It could take 51. You're the two cheapest. We can't take 3 provinces. What if we were just take Athens? We could just take Athens. 57%. I mean, I'm assuming it's pretty high development. 13. 8, 11, 8. Yeah, we have some... Well, you actually have a 14 down here. This actually form a coalition. Mostly with Hellas. I think we could do something like this. It'd be very, very weird for the borders, though. We could take Crete. We can take, like, Crete and Arta. I'm assuming vassalizing you would be very expensive. 306%, yeah, absolutely, we can't do that. Dania, cancel subjects. I don't even know who the hell this guy is. Yeah, I think we take... Yes, you're actually a core of ours. We also have Cyprus over here. It's only worth 8. They're not that great. I think we just take these 2 provinces. You know, actually, let's actually wait a moment on that. Come back to that in a moment. We're 45% with Africa. Like, we did lose 1 battle technically, but once our entire Byzantine army marches their way up north, there's nothing they can do about it. 30-36. Government ranks, allied attitude.